Authorizing access.
Security access engaged.
Hi, I'm Phil Guzzo. I'm the outreach coordinator here at MCMTV and also the education coordinator, and I also started Film Club here at MCMTV, of which this short film is part of.
Security protocol initiated.
The idea of Film Club was to kind of bring people in that maybe don't have a chance to experience filmmaking at any kind of level, and kind of give them a little bit of a taste of how a professional film crew works.
For me, just as I read it, the most important thing, particularly in working with a child, I guess with any dark themed element, is to bring across what you're trying to say without crossing that line. It seems like darker themed elements, you know, if you cross that line, you can lose the audience.
And certainly working with kids in a dark theme material like this, you kind of want to maybe not have them experience that, because, you know, they're going to be a lot more sensitive to that sort of thing. So we're trying to figure out a way to shoot it so that they don't have to be on set for the, you know, the worst parts. And you may ask, why are you shooting those parts? It's like, well, they are actually integral to the story and the point of the film. So you kind of have to use good judgment in how to convey that, like Cameron said, how to convey that experience without going too dark.
Security access scan engaged.
I'm Cameron Knott. I'm directing this particular project, but I'm just a member of the Second Saturday Film Group. I learned about the film group from somebody who was already a member that I had worked with on one of my short films. He just told me about the group, and I thought I'd really like to come by and see what was going on, because I wanted to get involved in a film group now that I was back up in the Pacific Northwest. And so I came here, and I think what I liked about it is the fact that it's not a group of egos. It's people who want to learn how to make film. And with the advances in video today, it's easy for people to do. And just the desire that everybody wants to learn, and so they want to be a part of all the process and see how a film is done from beginning to end. And that's exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, and that was the intention I wanted to have with the film group, was to have that kind of collaborative, people that want to learn and are excited about working on films, and we can all kind of trade jobs and try different things out and sort of things like that.
Well, film and media is such an important part of life. It just seems like there's so many things. So it's great that there are people that are interested in that. But what I think I like is that, as I said, there's no ego. So everybody's kind of wants to just learn. You don't have, and that makes it more relaxed. So, like, even example, what we're doing today, it's like if it were a professional audition, then there'd be a lot more tension or something like that. But through this whole process, it's just kind of like, okay, well, we'll do it and see what happens.
I just really thought it'd be great to kind of have a more, like Cameron said, a more casual, kind of more fun way to make films and to do filmmaking. That's a little bit less stressful than trying to wrangle an entire film crew yourself and all that. So I've seen the real professional end of things, and I've worked in the low end of things, and I really enjoy this kind of low stress kind of filmmaking that we're kind of working on here. So.
Security scan in progress.
My idea was to come up with more of a bottle show where it takes place in limited location. We could rehearse it like a play, and we could shoot it a shorter amount of time, hopefully, with multiple cameras. You know, rehearse the cameras in, block the cameras in with the actors, so that when we get to shooting day, that the shooting day is actually, you know, only a few hours rather than a few days. I put it out to the film club, and everybody seemed excited about that, so a number of people brought scripts in with that idea in mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the group because we picked the morbid, dark place.
Yeah, went to the dark. Everybody brought in scripts about serial killers. I don't know why. Except Mike. Mike had a comedy of manners, which I thought would have been great, but Mike was like, I don't think anybody's gonna like it. You know.
Given that everybody else's scripts were more in line with what appears to be the zeitgeist of our times, I felt my story was too lightweight, not enough emotion to connect. So I basically pulled it out.
I really enjoyed it though. It had a very charming wittiness to it.
I thought so too. I thought it was really charming.
Client treatment profile processing.
We kind of workshopped, I don't know, 3 or 4 scripts from some of the different members. Then Bob came in with his, and everybody really liked his story, and it kind of met the basic requirements of that, of limited locations. We went with his script because it's a really interesting Twilight Zone, dark morality tale kind of script in a limited location. The production has its own needs, so when you pick a script, it's going to have its own structure and needs, and so you kind of pick your locations based on what's in the script. And then it's kind of a two-way street. You pick your locations based on the script, but once you get to the location, there's always going to be changes. So then that kind of causes rewrites. Same with when you get actors. You may have to rewrite it or let the actors kind of ad-lib some lines that they feel more comfortable with saying, but that doesn't maybe violate the kind of thrust of the film. So yeah, it's just it's kind of the director and the actors and the location all kind of have a say in how the script gets finally, the final form of the script.
And that's kind of the difference between stage and film is in stage it's kind of the writer is king and his words are what matter, and so if you better say what he wrote or you're in serious trouble. But in film, like Philip said, it's more collaborative. I think the difference between screenwriting and other writings is that less is more. You know, if you're writing prose, you have to be very descriptive and paint the picture for them because you are painting a picture. But film is very visual, so where when you're reading something you might say this, this, and this, you don't need to do that with film. You do it with less words.
Security access requested.
I originally conceived this as a play, a stage play, and how to handle the images and the transitions and whatnot was a very difficult thing in terms of conceptualizing. But to me, what's primary in anything that I write is the story. And so in this story, I wanted to have a great evil act, you know, that was being responded to, and that whole issue of, you know, crime and punishment. The process here, it's been a wonderful learning experience. I'm having to, because you've got some lines and some things when you write something that just, you know, you want to hold on to those lines. And it's like, well, this doesn't work in a film because, so I'm learning this, but I really appreciate it, and just the openness and willingness to, you know, accept the different levels that everybody's at in terms of experience and whatnot.
Client treatment schedule confirmed.
Hi, I'm Joe Grant. I'm part of the Saturday Film Group that's been working on Do Unto Others, and I ran camera on one of the shoots that we did here at the studio, and I also came up with the idea to have the mirror shot done with 2 people rather than trying to fix it in post, because I've done a lot of editing in my past and I know that that is a lot of tedious work. It's been an interesting challenge. There is a pretty small set here. We've got a little wall made of fake bricks, and then we've got some curtains that we've had to scoot around, so trying to keep all of the extra chairs and the extra cameras and things out of the shots has been an interesting challenge. I had not worked with Roman Martinez before. It was nice to have a crew to work with. They got it figured out pretty quick.
Update in progress.
I'm Mike Santenay. This is my second film club project. Last year we filmed Guzzo's Wormhole script. This film, I'm going to be behind the camera. Film is one of the most complex and creative activities that we've got these days. So I like being part of it.
Thank you for your compliance.
film group started up again as they had taken some time off after the first film, and it was nice to be a part of it because everybody is so nonchalant about everything, and everything is supposed to be fun and enjoyable, so there's no pressure. You just have to be here and participate and, you know, have fun. And that's really what the organization is about, is to let people have experiences that they wouldn't normally be able to have. I mean, not many people get to make film, not many people get to act in film or really see behind the scenes of how one is made. So giving the community the ability to be able to, you know, get behind the camera and even be in front of the camera and really go through a script and really understand what all goes into making a film has been a great process to be a part of.
Client treatment program file.
My name is Mary Jane Strand. I believe my garage is going to be perfect for this film because it's messy. It looks like it could be anybody's garage. I'm not going to clean it up. I think it'll be just perfect. It's going to be a challenge because even though it's a two-car garage, garages are small spaces, and there's going to be a few people with cameras and lights and everything trying to capture the story.
Client treatment in progress.
This is going to be our treatment chairs. They're of course old salon chairs, so I don't know, we'll put some lights on them, make it do funny things, different things. See, it says treatment right here, see? Treatment. Wires, make it look like something from the future and less like a salon chair.
Client treatment program file. Update complete.
Hi, I'm Roman. I'm the cinematographer and camera person on Do Unto Others. I came here after they had selected Bob's already. So they were already doing the script, you know, reviews. I got to look at the script. Because there's two sections to the Do Unto Others. There's the section with the prison guard where they have the prisoner in the chair and he's looking in the goggles, and then you have like the virtual reality scene with the wife and the murders. I don't really know who exactly kind of came up with the idea of doing it like a play structure. I don't know if it was Cameron or Phil, but I just kind of thought of that portion as being like a Twilight Zone episode, you know, or a Playhouse 90, you know, just kind of like these dialogue driven, focusing on these two actors. That appealed to me, and I thought it was different. I've never done anything like that. The challenges when I look at what I'm shooting is, how am I going to set this up? How is this going to look in my mind's eye? I followed pretty much everything that the director said, because I wasn't directing. I was basically doing camera and lighting. I was giving my input to Cameron on my ideas of how certain things could be framed, and Cameron was pretty open to that. The challenges was just kind of getting the flow of the camera work, just making sure that everything was, because we were going to try to kind of roll the camera around and get like nonstop. It was very challenging, I felt, to be able to do that. So we kind of focused on just, you know, I think one camera focusing on this actor, one camera focusing on that actor, committing to every single little shot. What I really appreciated from the actors was the fact that they knew all of their lines. So if they were, okay, we got to redo that, it was all on us on the technical side. It wasn't, you know, oh, I flubbed the line. That really helps. Out of the studio was challenging. Again, that flow of the camera work. And then doing the car scenes too, I was worried about, you know, the camera being shaky. I knew that we were going to do the POV shots whenever we dealt with the actress and the little girl. But part of me was thinking, I still hadn't gotten it in my head, even when we were shooting in the house, of, oh, every single shot is going to be POV. It's going to be POV from the killer's point of view. It's going to be POV from the actress. I think, again, like I'm looking around the house, I'm, oh, that would be a great shot. No, it has to be POV. So it was just kind of committing and being strict about that. It was awkward. It was definitely awkward shooting that way, because I kind of had to trust that it was going to work out. You know, when I'm sticking the camera and I can't really be there to look in the visor really well, and I have to make sure that I'm the actress and I'm following her around, you know, I just have to trust that Cameron likes it. You know, if I had to give advice for a cinematography student, just get out there and do it. I don't have a formal education in cinematography. But what I do have is a lot of trial and error. I mean, I do theater too. I've done theater work. So I've always kind of looked at the space and I think, God, how would this look good? Rather than just setting the camera up static and just filming, experiment. Experiment with lighting, experiment with exposure. But you should take feedback though. You should definitely take constructive criticism on it, because I feel maybe sometimes filmmakers, you know, if they're too gung-ho about getting that script together and they want to shoot, if they had just spent a couple months of just talking to their friends or, you know, people who could kind of put a critical eye on it and say, that needs to be fixed. And at the end of the day, you want to do something that's going to be interesting to look at.
Protocol compliance confirmed.
Hi, my name is Broden McCloskey. I'm here at MCM Studio working on my rehearsal for Do Unto Others. My experience with this has been really, really cool. Something I haven't done, because I've worked on films and plays before, but this is like a combination of the two, because we've been rehearsing it like a play, but at the same time, once we actually film it, we're gonna have to act like it's actually being filmed like a studio. Which, you know, when you're working on a play, you have to bring all this extra energy out so that, you know, the guy in the back row can see it, while you're working on a film, you have to pull all that in. You know, we are rehearsing it exactly like a play would rehearse it, but at the same time, we can't be all extra about it because it's gonna be filmed on camera, so we have to keep all of that emotion in and try to be as natural as possible.
I'm Ken Moore, and I'm here at MCM Studios, and today we just finished a rehearsal for the film Do Unto Others. This is my first film. Having done acting on stage, they had to say, you know, there's no audience here. You don't have to cheat out to the audience. The camera's all around us, so we get to do what we want, and it's really kind of fun. I hope to do more.
Hi, I'm Joe Munger. I'm at MCM. This is my first time being in a film like this, so it was interesting to watch the whole process. Someone got a hold of me, asked me if I wanted to be in the film, and I came out and met the director, Cameron Nye, and things went pretty well. He was very helpful. I mean, he told us exactly what we needed to do. I may have improvised a little bit, but it seemed pretty straightforward. I think it was a half an hour, maybe my part, maybe more. I've never worked on a film before, and someone who knew about the film asked me if I'd like to be involved, and I stepped in and did the role. It took about 30 minutes. The camera told me everything I needed to do, and it worked out pretty well. I thought it was a great spot for everything to shoot it. I haven't seen the finished product yet, so this will be interesting. If anybody asks me to work on a film again, I'd be happy to do it.
Security scan complete. Compliance recognized.
Hi, my name is Evan Goldsmith. I got set up on this project because Cameron and I have the same agent. So Cameron had emailed him, and he emailed a few of us asking to come down and audition if we were interested, so of course I came down. And since then it's been a really great project to work on. You know, the McMinnville TV station's been really supportive, so thank you for that. And it's been really fun. This is the first time I'm getting murdered in anything, so I'm happy to be here. Good way to spend a Saturday.
It wasn't on. It wasn't on for about a few seconds there.
Oh, it was brilliant though.
Okay, we need to do that again.
I'm Phil Guzzo. I'm
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Phil Guzzo.
Hi, my name is...
This film. This is a short film that's come out of...
Okay, sorry.
Start over.
Is yours off?
Welcome to filmmaking.
Yeah. Laying next to the fridge.
Oh. Hi, I'm Phil Guzzo. Shoot. What do I say? I don't know what I'm saying. Hi, okay. Hi, I'm Phil Guzzo. I'm the outreach coordinator here. Yeah. School.
You got the board the upstairs toilet. Wedding band on, is that going to be...
Did we fall off?
Go back.
Oh, no. Did they teach you not to look at the camera?
Right, no, I forgot that. I forgot that rule. It makes the audience uncomfortable.
Making you uncomfortable.
Personally, I was already uncomfortable.
Bend down a little bit, Steve.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right in the middle
Is this okay?
Not rocket science. Cut. Cameron Knott, Evan Goldman, Ken Moore, Rowan McCloskey, and the big guy who played the security guard. Do Unto Other, coming soon.
Couldn't you?
That was going good too. I like that.
Yeah.
At least what I could hear.